Square's Holiday Match Challenge continues, where your donations can help even more local families have the food that they need. And today we have Michelle Beck, the Chief Development Officer at 3 Square Food Bank, to let us know how things are going at this point. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us. This is an event that you guys have ongoing until the end of the year. How does it work?
We do. Well, we have some very generous sponsors who have stepped up to match giving at 3 Square. So right now we're really turning to the public to see if they've got a little bit to give. Now is that time, especially as their dollars are being matched. And we were talking before this came on, for every dollar that 3 Square takes in, we can provide 3 meals to someone right here in our community.
Wow. With
those gifts being matched, now every dollar that somebody gives, 6 meals are going back to somebody in our community. So it's really an important time, and a lot of people needing some help.
Yeah, and that's really important to stress, that if you're thinking like, well, I don't have that much to give, well, it doesn't take that much to help a lot of people. Just $1 helps provide 3 meals to folks, because you guys can get such a good deal on that going forward.
And right now, 6 meals, right?
And now
with
6
the match,
meals.
it's 6.
Right. And what's really sad is, you know, there's a lot of great need, and people may not realize that if that's not their current situation. So can you speak to the need that we have right now in our area?
Yeah. 1 in 7 people in Southern Nevada live in a food insecure home. That's about 341,000 people. That number, when it comes to kids, is 1 in 5 kids lives in a food insecure home. I mean, when you think about that, like, how many of our neighbors is it okay to not have a meal?
Right.
That answer is 0. That should be 0, right? And being food insecure doesn't mean that somebody's missing every meal. In Southern Nevada, that means they're missing, according to our data, about 6.2 meals a week when they're food insecure. But we don't want our neighbors to have to miss meals. So we work with a lot of agency and partners that provide meals directly to people. So as the food bank, we gather food from all across the country, source it, get it out to those agency partners, and they get it directly to our neighbors, so no one has to be hungry.
Yeah, and that can really have an effect on someone where you're missing 6 meals a week, especially when we're talking about children when they're in school. I mean, how do you concentrate if you're hungry?
Right, you don't. And then this is that time of year where they're out of school for a couple of weeks, right? So they might have been in school where they're having breakfast at school, lunch at school, and now they're at home. Nobody got a little raise over the holiday season where they're like, we're going to give you a little extra money because you're going to have to provide extra meals. As a matter of fact, parents' budgets are really stretched right now. So anything people can do to help to make sure that our community is set forth and people will have dignified access to food goes a long way.
Okay, so folks are watching right now. I'm sure they're highly motivated, especially knowing that the dollar will go so far. What can they do right now to make sure that they're helping our fellow neighbor?
Super easy. Go to 3square.org. You can click on make a donation. All of those gifts are being matched by our corporate sponsors. So that's as easy. And if you don't have $1 to give, come down and volunteer. Spend some time. Understand what a food bank does. Maybe it's somebody that is food insecure. Direct them to our website. For somebody to be able to get help, they type in their zip code, and you can find partners in your area, so you don't have to travel far. You can go out and get some help. So maybe it's just educating somebody about what they can do. Whether you can give a little help or you need a little help, we're here for any.
Yeah, because no one deserves to go hungry and to live like that.
No, nobody wants to be hungry. If you've ever, if you've been food insecure, you understand it. But even if you haven't been food insecure and you've been hungry, hangry, nobody wants to operate that way. It's just not a great way, and it's no good for our neighbors.
Yeah, especially this time of year. And so shout out to those corporate sponsors, Boyd Gaming being one of them, Nevada Gold Mines, Barrick and Intermountain Healthcare, because they're matching the dollar. So that's why now your $1 donation, if you just gave $1, you could feed 6 meals. You could provide enough food for 6 meals. Think about that. Just $1. So if you multiply that by however many amount, you can see how quickly that will grow to help as many people as possible. Again, they have this campaign going on till the end of the year where it will be matched. So please do what you can. Go to that website right there at the bottom, 3square.org, and see how you can help out today. And if you need help, you can also find that information as well. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.